When we help people in discipleship, what we're calling them to is discipleship of Jesus Christ and his church, not discipleship to us. Now, this is an obvious point, but I actually want to go at it because I think there's some subtle ways it can creep into what we do. Someone who's younger in Christ, we've told them about the Lord, they begin to look up to you. You're a leader. It's okay that people look up to you. It's okay. And they look up to you and they say, wow, you've really helped me. What should I do next? How do I get my prayer life in order? What books do you recommend I read? And you step into a relationship with this person and you say to them, well, I'm happy to be an older brother or sister in Christ to you and help you along here. But because so much of what we do in evangelization involves, especially on a college campus, a certain amount of just winning friends, you're just trying to say to someone, look, I'm a normal guy, I'm a normal gal, and I'd love to tell you about Christ at some point, but you're just getting them to know you. There's a temptation even in discipleship to make people after our own image come be like me as opposed to be like Christ. Do things the way I do them. This is when I pray. These are the books I read. And there's a delicate balance here, and I just want us to keep it clear. In leadership, we are always pointing to another. We're not trying to win people to us. And we got to be careful because some people will actually be over-impressed with us. People who don't quite know you well and think you're leading them, and they have this exalted opinion of you. This happens to me, my children, who are very well formed by my beloved wife in spite of their father. When we go to Mass, they all line up in a row and they all behave. And I will get compliments all the time as, you are an awesome father. I can tell by the way your children behave. And I just think, thank you, but you have no idea who I am. There's elements in my life you don't see. Now, I don't feel the need at that point to disillusion them. No, by the way, I have 14 horrible sins. I'm just going to put them out there for you. And I know them because every time I go to confession, they're the same sins. No, but I don't take it to mean anything more than, hey, nice compliment. And if they were to say something like, well, why are your kids so good in Mass? And I could say one or two things. Well, we did this when they were young, and these things seem to help. Great. I've helped them. I've been an older brother and sister in Christ, but I've got no illusions. Come be like me. And we need to be aware of that because people will look up to you as a leader in ways that aren't actually honest to who you are. That's why we got to keep our own heads straight. That's why we started with point 1. Am I a disciple? So the second point, we're not leading them to me, we're leading them to Christ and his church. And I think it's extremely important. The way the Catechism puts it is, the church is communion with Christ. The church is communion with Christ. When we bring people to the loving knowledge of Jesus Christ, we are bringing them to the church at the same time. You don't separate those. Now, I know sometimes the way a particular life may work out, they may come in a different order. You may meet someone who's been going to church their whole life who doesn't have a deep relationship with Jesus personal, and that comes in. Or you may meet someone who encounters Christ in a deep personal way, and then they come into the church as they understand. I get that. But our goal in discipleship is always to bring people to Christ and his church. The deepest communion with Jesus Christ that we are capable of in this earth is the Eucharist. That is the deepest communion. And so if we say we're leading people to Christ, we're getting them there eventually. We need to keep that in mind. We're not simply setting up independent little disciples. We're bringing them into the communion that is our life and our hope. Third point. The work of discipleship, the work of helping others grow in their discipleship is God's work, not ours. It's God's work, not ours.